Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Makael. We are back with a new video. I hope you guys had a great weekend. And I know it's probably hard to try to have a great weekend considering all the things that have been going on through the police killings last week, through the police being killed, through, you know, there was so many protests going on in each city around the United States and around the world. You know, it's just been some very tough times that we are going through in America. Please make sure you start this video off clicking the like button. If you're a first time watcher to the Scorpion Show, you can click the little image above Mikael's head to subscribe to our channel. As you guys know, we only made one video last week, and at that time I believe there was one killing, and that killing was of Alton Sterling. I wanted to make sure I get his name right because last week we could not get it right. Okay, his name was Alton Sterling, and he was killed outside of a store. And at that time, we only seen one video. After we recorded the video, there was just another video of the shooting, and this was very up close. And it was a video that I just couldn't watch. And you know, a lot of people were tagging me in the video, and I just was like, this is a little bit too much. I couldn't even look at it. My nephew tried to show me the video. I tried to, but right before the gunshots, I just changed my head because I didn't want to see that. And then the next day, and I believe someone was tweeting me about Philando Castile with his girlfriend who was sitting in the passenger seat, even though the video, it comes up in reverse. She was in the passenger seat, and her boyfriend, Philando, was in the driver's seat. And he was killed trying to get his ID. And after he was shot 4 times in his arm or in his body, his girlfriend got on Facebook Live and started to record all the things that were going on with the officer, and she told the story of what happened. And during that story, you could see the officer getting upset. The way he was responding, he was sounding like he was very upset with himself. They proceeded to take her outside of the car, took her phone from her, and threw it away from her, but the phone was still recording. So you could still hear the officer venting his frustration of shooting Philando, and you can hear all the officers telling her what to do, and she was beginning to really lose it inside. Once she got back inside the car, she had her handcuffs on, and then you hear her 4-year-old daughter telling her, "Mommy, it's okay. I'm right here with you." You know, it was just very sad to hear. And then after that, and we found out what was going on the next day, there have become protests going on around. Like we had protests in Philadelphia, protests in Atlanta, and Dallas, Los Angeles, Minnesota. And I know I was laying down and I was watching MSNBC. I was very tired. It was Wednesday night, and I believe it was Wednesday night. Then we found out about the officers being shot after a Black Lives Matter rally in Dallas, Texas. Thursday, because we didn't record on Thursday. So it was Thursday night. And I just couldn't stop looking at the TV that I'm seeing that 11 police officers were shot, and at that time it was 3 dead, and it just kept rising every 30, 45 minutes. It was a new number, and then you know, it was this person that they were, this is all making me say, it was one person that they said did it because his face was all over on the channels, like they had his picture in the center of the screen while they were talking about what was going on in Dallas, Texas. Come to find out, it seemed like Twitter had all the information, more information than what the news had, because they this is not the person. This person gave his gun to the police officers. He done turned himself in. His brother also turned himself in with the police, and mind you, you see other people being arrested, and then you had, CNN had a video. Don Lemon was showing the shooter just, you know, pacing back and forth and shooting and going up on the officers and shooting. And then we found out that the guy, he ran inside of a college campus, inside of a building. He was sniping officers, and it was just too much. All of that was just too much for me to watch. And some people kept saying, make a video, make a video. No, I can't make a video like that and just talking, and I just need to know everything that's going on before I can get on the camera. And I'm kind of glad that we waited, because, you know, I pretty much got a sense of all the things that has been going on, and, you know, I can share my opinion on it, because right now it's just our country is a hot ass mess. That's just no other way to describe it. We have very high racial tension going on through the police officers treating black people kind of way. You got white people just spewing all of their hate in Facebook comments, hiding behind pictures on Twitter. It's just a mess. And President Obama can only do but so much. And he can say but so much. And I'm really looking at Hillary Clinton and I'm looking at Donald Trump, because one of them two will be the next leader of our country, whether you like it or not.
I don't want nobody.
Sorry. Okay. One of them two will be leading our country. And we really be needing to pay attention to what's going on, because if you don't get out there and vote, the wrong person will be in charge of our country. And I looked at the Twitter accounts of Hillary Clinton. I looked at the Twitter accounts of Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton spoke on Alton Sterling's killing, and she also tweeted about Philando Castile being killed. And Makael was at my house on Wednesday, and we watched the interview. Friday, we watched the interview with Hillary Clinton. Excuse me. And she discussed how she felt that, you know, what's going on in our country, how white people need to treat black people better, and we need to do the same with each other and with the officers. And she just really spoke great on it, I think. And Donald Trump tried to do that in his own little video, but it seems like he's more for the police than he is for Black Lives Matter. And a lot of people keep getting it misconstrued on the meaning of Black Lives Matter. It is not saying that no other race matters. We want the police to treat our black people better than what they do. They're quick to shoot us than they are to have a conversation about why we were being pulled over. No one should be killed in a car if they're telling you that they are licensed to carry and they do have a gun. There's no reason why that should be ending with the driver being killed. Also, when you have a woman on the passenger side and a child in the back seat, it shouldn't even end up that way. And I know I've been talking. What would you like to say?
Everything you said, I agree with. It's sad because the fact that these shootings happen a day apart from each other is like crazy. And I think what made it worse for everybody with Philando was the child being in the back seat. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody is praising his girlfriend for being calm and being able to record what was going on. But the fact that his child was in the back seat and anything could have happened to that child, a bullet could have went through him and hit the child, you know, it makes it even more tough. And knowing that no one really aided him and assisted him while he was laying there dying, like, it's crazy. And to piggyback off what you said about the Black Lives Matter, I don't even think that people are misconstruing what Black Lives Matter means. They know very well what it means. They are just being ignorant. They're trying to use Black Lives Matter and the organization as itself as a tool of being some sort of ingrown terrorism against white people. Because any politician, any law enforcement officer, any analyst that gets on television of white, and they're white, and they get on television and they talk about how they don't understand Black Lives Matter and how it's this rather than that, they're just being plain old ignorant. And you even have some colored folk getting on TV and saying the same damn thing. And that's what's making me even more upset, because Saturday morning I watched an interview with these two black educated women. Both of them have different views of the shooting. But one of them, I can't remember her name, and I tweet. You know what? I'm gonna go to my tweets because I tweeted Martin Smirkanish, whatever it was.
Michael Smirkanish.
Michael Smirkanish on Saturday, and the woman's name was Carol Swing, and she was a professor at the University of I think Vanderbilt or something like that. But anyway, she was ignorant to the 10th power. A black educated woman, and I mean she was ignorant. An educated fool that was uneducated on this movement that's taking place. And not only was she ignorant, but she was a black educated woman who was up in age. So she was around when the stuff was going on in the 60s and stuff. And the fact that she was so ignorant to what was going on right now, and the fact that she tried to put the blame on Philando Castile, and also put the blame on Alton Sterling by bringing up his past convictions. As if somehow, and I can't remember the other lady's name, but I mean she dug in her. You know when something's so good and you don't even think to record it? Because I could have recorded it, but it was so good I was like, I'm going to miss it if I record it. But she dug in her ass and told her, how dare you sit here and try to say because this man had past convictions, that was the reason why these cops should have shot him. They didn't know he had past convictions.
Nobody knew that.
They didn't know he had that. So how are you even saying something like that? And she couldn't even answer that. Like she was so ignorant. And to see our people talking like that.
But it's a lot of them like that.
A lot of them like that. It's just, it was so, it's just so sad. And I feel so bad for the families of these people. I feel bad for the families of the police officers that were killed in Dallas, because here these cops are, they are protecting the protesters and monitoring what's going on here, and then all of a sudden they get ambushed and they get killed. You know what I mean? And I will say this, before this happened in Dallas, as soon as the Philando Castile incident happened, I said to myself, I can see some sort of retaliation happening in the days to come. I don't know how, I don't know where or when, but I can see it happening. And sure enough, it happened, not even days later, but hours later, it happened. And it was like, wow, like this is crazy. And unfortunately, this is the sad reality, because if this continues to happen in this country, where these cops are just pulling over or stopping black men and killing them the way they are, you are going to see more Dallas type shootings. Because, not saying that it's right, because it's not right at all, but you're going to see it because people are now, they've been fed up, but they are getting fed up to the point where they're like, you know what, we're going to have you feel what it is that we're feeling. Since y'all don't seem to understand how it is that we feel, we're going to now show you how we feel. And we're going to take one of yours. And you know what's so interesting to me? Because somebody posted this and I said, this is so true. People are so hell-bent on posting Black Lives Matter, white folks. Not all white folks. They're so hell-bent on posting Black Lives Matter, but they don't have a problem with posting Blue Lives Matter. In support of the police officers.
Yeah.
As you should support the police officers. But why is it so easy for you to put Blue Lives Matter, but you don't want to put Black Lives Matter?
It's also crazy that more people got upset about a gorilla being killed than Alton Sterling, than Philando Castile, and then there was another shooting on Friday night of Alva Braziel in Houston, Texas. I think I already said that. But he was killed on camera, and I don't know if the police knew, but of course he was killed on camera. And this man had his hands up. He spun around, still with his hands in the air, and he still lost his life, being shot. And his body laid there on that ground, I don't know how long. And it just made me upset to see his wife come out there. You know, she was like, I was hoping this was a dream, that I'm getting woke up to be told that my husband is shot and killed. And she's out there at the scene and his body is just still laying there. I don't know how long his body laid there for. But his story is one that many are not talking about, and that it needs to be discussed. It needs to be talked about, because we have another video shot on camera at a gas station of this man being killed. And I just loved all the protests that I've seen this weekend, and most of them that I've seen were very peaceful, especially in the one in Atlanta. And I seen that it was so many people, probably about 10,000 people out there. And I just was like, wow, like I'm just glad ain't nothing going on. Now, I've seen video in Baton Rouge where I've seen D-Ray get arrested. I just don't understand, what happened to where the officers needed riot gear, and they just started arresting people, and I didn't know why, because from the videos that I've seen, I didn't see where anybody was being unruly. It just seemed like they were just arresting people just to arrest them. And police departments really need to do a better job at policing and teaching their officers on how to not let situations go beyond what they need to be. Because nobody should be dying at a traffic stop. And then after Dallas, there were several more shootings. A man lured a police officer into his home or near his home and shot him. Now, I'm not saying it's okay for anybody to be killing officers, because it's not okay. And I wish that would stop with people killing officers. Because the same people that we're protesting against are the same ones that protect us, and that's the truth. So we need to respect them, and they need to respect us. And what I've said before is that police departments, your local police departments, should be sending their officers out into the communities just to even announce who they are, speak with the community, get to know the community that you're working in. Get to know them. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I see police officers drive by my block all the time. None of them wave and say hello, how's things? Like, they don't do that at all. They don't do that at all. But they're quick to pull somebody over real fast. And I've seen a video with this guy named Tim Norman, I believe. He works in Little Rock, Arkansas. And his Instagram is so decent because you got a police officer, he's in the neighborhood, and he knows the people in his neighborhood. And he got this video with this lady named Lois. They're like, she's hilarious, he's hilarious. And then you see him just with the children and just having fun. That's what it should be like when you're an officer and you are, basically the leader in your community, because you're protecting everyone. You know them by name and they know you by name. I can't name not one officer in the 22nd and 23rd district of my area. I don't know any of them. And that's bad. Not that I need to know them, but it's still good to know who the police officers are. And I do want to say to the people that are protesting, keep protesting. I want to go to one. But it's no excuse. I don't be knowing who's protesting and where. No one has tagged me on that stuff. I've been tagged in videos of what's going on everywhere else. And I loved one video yesterday where a girl was just going off about how police treat black people and how she lost 2 brothers and how she's just tired. She's just tired of the police just, doing what they want to do. It was just powerful. It was a powerful.
It's funny that you said that because they gave us a brief little history of the police chief in Dallas, and how he's no stranger to violence in his own family. His brother was killed some years ago through violence. He was shot and killed, and his son killed a cop or shot a cop, and then he was then turned around and shot 12 times by cops and killed. This is the police chief of Dallas. So they were saying how he's no stranger to, and they were also talking about how a lot of people in Dallas, Texas, who know him really, really like and admire this particular chief because he's not someone who's one-sided. He's fair and he knows about the violence. I mean, to be the police chief of a major police department, knowing that your son killed a cop and then the cops turned around and killed your son, like, I don't even
Most people don't want to be a cop after something like that.
You know what I mean? Like, for him to still be, it's like, wow, like that gave me goosebumps when I heard it that day on TV, and I was like, I can't even imagine being in that man's shoes. But we have to remember that not all cops, just like there are bad cops, there are also good cops. And we all have to remember that. This is not a protest, or this is not something that's against all cops. It's against the system and how it is that when this is happening, or when it's allowed to happen, these police officers just get off with a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, and nothing happens.
That's unfortunate.
They'll pay your family a couple $1 million for the wrongful death, and then they'll go to trial. They'll be found not guilty.
Or
with a grand jury.
Or acquitted, or whatever the case may be.
Because they feared for their life. That's just the #1 reason. But you are a trained officer.
Right.
You are a trained officer. Why are you fearing the people that you are supposed to be serving and protecting? You're killing them. And then you had, I can't believe it. Her name was Nakaya, I believe it was Nakaya Jones. I don't want to get the name. I know her name is Nakaya. She's an officer and she works in Ohio. And her video went viral of her getting the police officers around the United States together. And she's a police officer. And she was just saying how if you don't want to protect these people, if you are in fear of them, then you need to go out and go get another job. This is not the job for you if you are in fear every time you stop a black person. And I mean, this lady went off. I mean, she went off for about 10 minutes because she was upset at the video she seen of Alton Sterling being killed. And it got to the point where I guess her boss was like, you know, I believe that she was suspended, or she was just, I don't think she was fired. Because if she was fired, everybody probably would be going off on them. But she was suspended. And she spoke a good 15 minutes to her local news, and she was just talking about her experiences of her being a cop and what she think is right. She never gave her opinion because she didn't want to get into much more trouble. But it's just very disturbing that the good cops can't even speak out because, oh, everything is such a brotherhood, and how dare you speak out on the bad cops. But more of these good cops do need to speak up. Because you got us, we speak up, good or bad, on what's going on when black people do things to cops. We say that wasn't right. And most of the time, it's never right that an officer is being killed by someone.
Right.
You know, no one should be going around killing police officers. But police officers should not be going around killing innocent people. And even if they're unarmed, you shouldn't even be trying to shoot them.
And kept his gun on the man while he was laying there dying. That's the part I didn't understand. You done shot this man 4 times. He's slumped over, bloody all over. He's gasping for air, and you still have your gun pointed at him. It didn't make sense to me. Never mind the fact that this man is laying here dying. Never mind the fact that there's a 4-year-old child in the back seat. Never mind any of that. Never mind any of that. You didn't say, "Oh my God, you just kept the gun on him." Like, the hell is going on?
I really want to see more police officers step up and say something, because the ignorant fucking police officers I'm seeing on CNN is just crazy.
That Harry Howick, or whatever the hell his name is, the CNN keeps running to be analyst. Y'all need to stop getting him to be the opposing side or the opposing voice. Because if you keep getting him, I can see me now turning the channel and you're going to lose a faithful viewer, CNN. He is ignorant. Every time something like this happens, it's always the victim's fault. It's never the cop's fault.
Yeah, never.
It's never the cop. He had the audacity to say, "Well, we don't know what happened before she started recording. We don't know what he tried to do." We don't know. But it's very clear. It's very clear that he couldn't do much.
And he already told us he had a gun and it was licensed.
And the fact that this woman was calm at that precise moment, it's like, do you honestly think she turned on this camera and then just made up this whole lie? At that very moment. Like, I can't even imagine if she decided, if this man was wrong and he tried to pull out a gun on this cop and got shot, and then his girlfriend sitting next to him pulled out her phone and instantly started recording it and made up this elaborate lie to say that, oh no, you told him, then she's a good ass actress. Because for her to think of that damn fast is very good on her part.
He would have denied it. He would have denied it right there on
He would have denied it right there, but when she called him out on it, he didn't say a word. But yet Harry Howick, whatever his damn name is, he's ignorant. He's ignorant.
And Rudy Giuliani, you too. Okay.
Now, I think after, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think after 9/11, we started to see how after Rudy Giuliani left New York City as a mayor, that's when we started to see his bigoted ways. Because he wasn't going to talk bigoted while he was a mayor. At least I don't think he will. I didn't hear him say anything crazy. But once he left, you started to see his true colors. He's a bigot, in my opinion. He is. It's just, he's a bigot. Now, you go ahead and say what you
he
want to
was
say.
saying, you know, him, Rush Limbaugh, you know, they got this idea that the Black Lives Matter movement is done by racist people. No, these are people that are upset. People who are upset about how police officers are treating our black people. And it's time for this shit to stop. Now, to get on TV and to say that this is a terrorist group, they're racist against other people. He also kept saying, like, what about the black on black crime that happens? Yes, black on black crime happens. White on white crime happens. Asian on Asian. Like, most people, if you're going to be killed by someone who is not a police officer, it's 9 times out of 10 someone of your race that is killing you. That is not the issue that's going on. Yes, I do believe that more people should be concerned about what's going on in their neighborhoods. But you also have people that try to do right things in their neighborhood, but they don't get any support from the people in their neighborhoods. But the problem is we are tired of turning on the television and seeing that black people are killed by officers all the time. We are just tired of hearing about it. Oh, they thought he had a gun, he was reaching for something, and 9 times out of 10, it's always someone reaching for their wallet. And you see all of these videos where white people just, shit make me mad. You see in a video all the time where white people doing all kinds of crazy shit. Either they got a gun on them, they got a fucking hammer, or a hatchet, and they fucking live. They live. They're trained, all of these officers are trained to tackle them and make sure that they live. But as soon as it's a black person, they're quick to shoot. And this shit has got to stop. Because if it doesn't, and I'm not condoning it, but you will hear about more police officers being killed. Because people are tired. They are tired of this. And it has to stop. And, you know, it's not, I mean, I'm not mad at anybody that supports the police officers. Blue lives matter, black lives matter, all lives matter, every life matters. But I don't want to hear you talking about blue lives matter when I don't hear you voicing your opinion or saying anything when it comes, when someone does something wrong in the black community. Like, it shows where your heart really is and where your mind really is. You know, I looked at Ann Coulter's Twitter. I looked at Michelle Malkin's Twitter. Because I wanted to see where they were coming from. Of course, all about the blue, 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 but they never said anything about what happened to Alton Sterling, Philando Castro, or Alva Braziel. But no, it's wrong with these people, these racist people going around killing cops. Rudy Giuliani, Harold Huck. It's just too many of y'all. Donald fucking Trump. He didn't say anything until after the Dallas shooting.
Of course.
Afterwards.
Because he wasn't going to say
anything. He wasn't going to say anything. But something that I love that President Obama said on Thursday, right before the shooting, that police officers deserve to be able to go home too. You know, he said what he had to say, and you know, and then that same night, officers were killed. Now, had he wouldn't have said that, I'm pretty sure that they would have tried to turn this around and put this against him. He had to cut his trip short overseas because he wanted to come back. He had to come back. His country is going through too much right now. Now, I know that some people are upset that Obama's not going to Minnesota or he's not going to, what's his name, Baton Rouge. I do think that he should go there. But I think that right now, you got a city that lost 5 officers. I think he needs to go there. And just to see all the different religions coming together to pray on Friday, after that, it was so beautiful. It was beautiful to see that.
Well, I know one thing, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but if he doesn't visit the families of Alton Sterling and Philando Castro, he can forget about me because I have nothing else to say about or positive to him because I think it's ridiculous. I'm getting to the point now that I don't even want to hear what President Obama has to say anymore about stuff like this because I think that while he's president for everybody, I think that he's allowed these white folks to make him feel as though if he says something in support of black people, then he's wrong. And I think that's wrong. Let's call a spade a spade. What they did was wrong. And I agree. He should go visit the families of the police officers that died. But I ain't hear them say nothing about him cutting his trip short when Philando Castile and Alton Sterling got killed.
No.
Because he was over there when it happened.
But police are also public servants.
Yes, that's true. But this man died in the car with his 4-year-old daughter in the back seat.
That's right. That's right.
And to think about it, this wasn't some bum. This was a supervisor of the position at his job. And I was so happy when the families of the students all came out and marched, starting from the school, or maybe they started from somewhere else and ended at the school. But I mean, you saw white people, you saw black people. One of the professors of some school, his kids go to the school, and he was tweeting and saying how he had explained to his kids who liked this guy, Philando, how he had explained to them that he got killed and that he won't be ever coming back to school anymore. You're like, that's heartbreaking. It's not like this guy was just some random bum on the street. Hell, you would even give a random bum on the street some damn respect. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's just like, come on. Like, I just feel like President Obama at some point needs to put his big boy pants on and stop letting these motherfuckers tell him what he's doing is wrong. Because at the end of the day, you're one of us. And when they was treating you like shit, and when they was saying shit about you for these past 8 years, we were the ones standing there taking up for your ass. Okay? Now, I don't mind, like I said, him going to Dallas. But at some point, if you ain't going to go to Louisiana, or if you ain't going to go to Minnesota, then you need to invite their families to the White fucking House. And have a conversation with them. Hell, invite them to the White House, invite Eric Gardner's mother, invite Trayvon Martin's mother, invite Mike Brown's mother, invite all these people together so y'all can have a conversation. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to go to Dallas and visit these families. Oh, and y'all, by the way, you know, I'm sorry that happened to y'all, but, you know, it's really nothing I can do until we all come together. No, you need to do something.
It's something he can do instead of always having something to
And this is your last year in office. You need to tell them fucking crackers.
Yeah, that's why
kiss your fucking ass.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Kiss my ass crackers. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my balls too, bitch.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
and I don't
tough
care who don't like
see
him.
him.
I just had to say.
It's tough because you don't see him going off that way. But I think that once he's out that White House, I think you'll see him and Michelle Obama speaking out more.
I don't want him out of the White House speaking up. I want him in the White House. Yeah, that's why he's there.
I know.
Speak up now. When
I just don't see him doing all of that.
No, but I want him to do all of that.
We all want him
because let me tell you something. When no fucking terrorists knocked down Twin Towers, George Bush went to New York City and told them motherfuckers, we all coming to get y'all. And what did we do? Everybody, yeah. Everybody was rallying around George Bush. Yes, we gonna all come and get you. President Obama needs to do the same damn thing. All you fucking bad cops and racist cops and all y'all out there, we gonna root you the fuck out and get you out of these damn
departments. If he started talking like that, can't they vote to impeach him out for even just...
No, they can't. How can they vote to impeach him out for saying that? Now, I'm not saying say it the way I'm saying it, because I don't expect him to say it the way I'm saying it, but damn it, he needs to say something. I don't want to hear you say something once you leave office, because I'm going to say, like your mom said, what damn good is it to say something when you had the platform to say it and then you didn't say anything? Like, come on.
I would love to hear Michelle Obama speak.
I would like them all to say something. Say something. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Like, come on. It has gotten to the point now that it's getting fucking out of hand.
Control,
yes. That any time, and like I said, I feel so bad for Alton Sterling's family. I really do. However, anytime you kill somebody in the car with his 4-year-old daughter sitting in the back fucking seat, and we just gonna dismiss that? No. Don't dismiss that.
Speak up.
Tell them to kiss your ass. Because you know what? They've been telling President Obama to kiss his ass, to kiss their ass for the past 8 years. Anything he's tried to do, they've been blocking it. He's the fucking president of the United States. Like Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said recently. The last time I checked, you don't stop being president the last year that you're in office. So why the fuck does the United States Senate think that they can just block his Supreme Court nomination? Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? Oh, we don't think he's still the president until January 20th, 20th, 2017, he's still the president, 12 noon to be exact, still the president of the United fucking States. But yet y'all gonna block this man's nomination because y'all don't like him. You know what? They've been telling you to kiss their ass for 8 years, Obama. Start telling them to kiss yours. Fuck out of here with all that bullshit. This your last year in office. You better go the fuck out with a bang.
I hope he have a nice little speech for them.
Yeah, I hope you do too. Or I'm gonna have another nice little speech for him. Because now shit is getting the fuck on my nerves.
And to those out there, you know, I would say continue to pray and continue to peacefully protest. I'm loving the protests that I've seen. I don't know what's making the police go off and come out and all this. Well, I don't know about why. Somebody threw a brick and it hit one of the cops and broke his vertebrae in his neck off a bridge. Like, now, come on
yeah, with the
I'm not
shit.
saying do all of that shit.
I'm not saying do any of that. That's fucking goofy.
Speak what's
to
on
do
your
some
mind.
Stupid shit like that. Throwing the damn brick on. So you can paralyze somebody like that. Why would you do that? Like, some people need to get a class in protest 101. They need to have a class on how to protest. Because some of these protesters don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know, they just do and say any old fucking thing. If you gonna protest, protest. But don't be throwing bricks off no damn bridge and hitting somebody on the head. You could kill somebody like that. Why would you do that? And why would somebody standing next to you let you do that? Fuck is going on? Like, that type of shit makes me mad.
Yeah.
Like, it's just no need for all that goofy shit. Like, protest, say what you have to say, and keep it the fuck moving. But don't start throwing bricks at nobody.
So we have another video coming up for you guys. That video will be up tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, because I gotta calm down.
Yeah, we both got to count. I said we're gonna talk all this bad stuff. Now let's do a video on the good stuff that done there.
They really are. they are. They're making me the fuck mad. Because now I'm getting mad.
Comment.
You killing people and shit. Like, come on. Dumb shit.